Morning. This is DHB, Devotion, Health, and Beauty, Recovery Network, daily affirmations, devotions, reflections, and meditations, read by me, Day, DAA or my initials. Walk with me on the recovery journey of hope, renewal, resilience, and self reflection, and remember that you are not alone. Fair use, March 17th. Step 10. We learn to take a balanced view of our behavior, avoiding the tendency to take too much responsibility for the actions of others. BRB, Big Red Book, page 251. We didn't learn balance in our families of origin. Most of us became either super responsible or super irresponsible. There didn't seem to be much of a middle ground. Those of us who were super responsible often believed we were in charge of everyone else. In the process, we didn't learn to focus on ourselves. In step 4, we identify our problematic behaviors. As we continue to work the steps, we increase our awareness of those behaviors and how they affect our relationships with other people. We examine our demands, our criticisms, and our negativity. We inventory our past feelings and motives so we can separate our own dysfunction from that of our family of origin. We begin reparenting ourselves to replace the lack of nurturing and the imbalance we grew up with. When we regularly practice step 10, we are able to stay current, learning to keep the scales balanced. We acknowledge our feelings and act purposefully in situations, thereby gaining emotional sobriety. We celebrate our lives as they become more sane and manageable. The affirmation reads, "On this day, I will identify my feelings and focus on my own needs. I will practice balance with my responsibility to others and my responses to the situations I face." Courage to change. Fair use. Today, Emotions Anonymous, March 17th. Reflection for today. This day is often spent in celebrations of all kinds by those people of Irish heritage and many others who are Irish only for the day. My memories evoke many boisterous parties that ended disastrously. Anger and bitterness spilled over among friends and relatives. Like other holidays, when spent alone, it can be traumatic. Since working on my life with the 12 steps, I have found it is possible to celebrate sanely, to be with loving, understanding friends, and to have fun without the emotional upheavals of the past. I have to be willing to reach out to all caring people of all races and say, let's be Irish together today. Meditation for today. Help me remember that holidays can be good days if I celebrate wisely as the program teaches me. Do not ever let me dread another special day. Today I will remember I cannot be a parade by myself. Just for today, daily meditations for recovering addicts, March 17th. Those who make it through these times show a courage not their own. Basic text, page 86. Before coming to NA, many of us thought we were brave simply because we had never experienced fear. We had drugged all our feelings, fear among them, until we had convinced ourselves that we were tough, courageous people who wouldn't crack under any circumstances. But finding our courage in drugs has nothing to do with the way we live our lives today. Clean and in recovery, we are bound to feel frightened at times. When we first realize we are feeling frightened, we may think we are cowards. We're afraid to pick up the phone because the person on the other end might not understand. We're afraid to ask someone to sponsor us because they might say no. We're afraid to look for a job. We're afraid to be honest with our friends. But all of these fears are natural, even healthy. What's not healthy is allowing fear to paralyze us. When we permit our fear to stop our growth, we will be defeated. True courage is not the absence of fear, but rather the willingness to walk through it. Just for today, I will be courageous today. When I'm afraid, I'll do what I need to do to grow in recovery. Courage to Change, One Day at a Time in Al Anon, March 17th. No problem lasts forever. No matter how permanently fixed in the center of our lives it may seem, whatever we experience in this ever changing life is sure to pass, even pain. Difficult situations often bring our qualities in us that otherwise might not have risen to the surface, such as courage, faith, and our need for one another. All of our experiences can help us to grow, but we may need patience. Some wounds cannot be healed quickly. They must be given time. In the meantime, we can appreciate the new capabilities